Reflections on Serenity Lake. Written by Lara. Replica, artwork by Takia Mann and published by Daniel from mythicmasters.org.za. Chapter 1. Introduction. Serenity Lake lived up to its name. The glassy waters mirrored the sky's deep blues, with wisps of clouds drifting lazily above. Framed by towering pine trees and the echo of distant mountains, the lake seemed like a gateway to a world untouched by the chaos of everyday life. It was a hidden gem, known only to those who sought peace in its tranquil embrace. Sophia Patel, a photographer with an eye for capturing the unseen beauty in nature, found herself drawn to this place. With her camera in hand, she set out her equipment by the water's edge, focusing her lens on the way the light danced across the rippling surface. The morning air was crisp, and the scent of pine filled her lungs, offering a familiar comfort. This was her sanctuary, a place where she could forget the heartbreak of the past and find solace in the stillness. As she adjusted her focus, a soft, melodic tune reached her ears. The gentle strumming of a guitar, almost in sync with the rhythm of the lake's waves, made her pause. She turned her gaze to see a man seated on a rock a few meters away, his fingers deftly plucking the strings. His eyes were closed, lost in the music that flowed from his hands. There was something hauntingly beautiful about the way he played, as if each note carried a story untold. Sophia felt a strange pull towards him, an unspoken connection that she couldn't quite explain. She watched him for a moment longer, captivated by the melody, before turning back to her camera, the scene suddenly filled with a new kind of light. Chapter 2. A Chance Encounter. It was a breezy afternoon when their paths first truly crossed. Sophia was capturing the vibrant colors of the autumn leaves, their golden hues reflecting on the water like liquid sunlight. She was so engrossed in getting the perfect shot that she didn't notice the wind picking up, sending her wide-brimmed hat tumbling down the path. Ethan Brooks, the musician by the lake, looked up just in time to see the hat roll towards him. He caught it effortlessly, his fingers curling around the brim. He stood up, a small smile playing on his lips as he held the hat out towards Sophia. "Is this yours?" he asked, his voice as gentle as his music. Sophia looked up, startled, and then laughed, a sound that seemed to merge with the whisper of the wind. "Yes, thank you," she said, walking over to retrieve it. "I guess I got a bit carried away with my work." Ethan's smile widened. "It's a beautiful day for it. I've seen you here a few times. You must love this place as much as I do." She nodded, feeling a warmth spread through her that had nothing to do with the autumn sun. "It's my escape," she admitted. "I come here to capture moments, the kind that can't be found anywhere else." Ethan looked back at the lake, his eyes distant. "I come here to find inspiration," he confessed. "Music hasn't been flowing as easily lately. This place helps me feel grounded." They stood there for a moment, the silence comfortable, as if they were two old friends reuniting rather than strangers meeting for the first time. There was an unspoken understanding between them, a recognition of shared solitude. "Well," Sophia said with a smile, "it seems like we both found something we were looking for today." Chapter 3. Building a Connection. As the weeks passed, Sophia and Ethan's chance encounters turned into intentional meetings. They would often find themselves sitting by the water, sharing stories as the sun dipped below the horizon. Sophia brought her camera, and Ethan, his guitar. They exchanged pieces of their souls through the art they loved, a silent understanding blossoming between them. One golden afternoon, as the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Sophia captured a candid shot of Ethan playing his guitar. He looked up and caught her gaze, his fingers pausing on the strings. "What did you see in that moment?" he asked softly. Sophia lowered her camera, her cheeks flushing. "I saw someone at peace," she replied honestly. "For a moment, it was like the world disappeared, and it was just you and your music." Ethan looked at her, his eyes searching. "You have a way of seeing things others don't," he murmured. "That's a rare gift." Sophia smiled, feeling her heart swell with a strange, unfamiliar emotion. Maybe we both have that gift, she said. In our own ways. They continued to meet at the lake, their conversations growing deeper with each visit. Sophia shared her love for capturing fleeting moments, the way a single photograph could hold a story that words couldn't convey. Ethan opened up about his struggle with writer's block, the fear that maybe his music wasn't good enough, that he had lost his touch. "You haven't lost it," Sophia assured him one day. "Your music, it's beautiful. It brings peace, just like this place." Ethan's smile was soft, almost vulnerable. "You bring me peace," he said quietly. The words hung in the air between them, filled with a depth neither of them had expected but neither wanted to deny. Chapter 4. Unveiling Hidden Wounds. One chilly afternoon, as the first signs of winter began to creep into the air, they found themselves sitting on a blanket by the lake's edge. The sun was low, casting long shadows across the water. Sophia held her camera, but her hands were idle, resting in her lap. "Ethan," she began, her voice barely a whisper, "have you ever felt like you're running from something you can't escape?" Ethan looked at her, his expression softening. "Every day," he admitted. "I came here to escape the noise, the pressure of living up to expectations I'm not sure I can meet." Sophia's eyes filled with unshed tears. "I know the feeling," she said. "I've been running from a past that keeps catching up with me. A love that ended before I was ready, a heart that never truly healed." Ethan reached out, taking her hand in his. "We're all a little broken," he said gently. "But maybe we can help each other heal." They sat there in silence, holding hands as the sun set, the world around them quiet and still. In that moment, they realized they had found something rare and beautiful, a kindred spirit, someone who understood their pain and yet made it seem bearable. Chapter 5. The Transformative Power of Love. As the first snowflakes of the season began to fall, Sophia and Ethan's bond grew stronger. They spent their days at Serenity Lake, talking, laughing, and creating together. Sophia captured the changing landscape, while Ethan found his inspiration once more, composing new melodies that seemed to float on the breeze. One evening, as the sky turned a deep indigo and the stars began to appear, Ethan pulled Sophia close. "You've given me back my music," he whispered. "And so much more." "And you've given me hope," Sophia replied, her eyes shining with unshed tears. "Hope that love can find us again, even when we've given up on it." They shared a kiss under the starlit sky, the world around them fading away until it was just the two of them, wrapped in each other's arms. Chapter 6. A New Beginning. The final scene found them sitting on a blanket by the lake's shore, sharing a picnic of fresh bread, cheese, and wine. Flowers surrounded them, their sweet scent filling the air as Ethan played a soft tune on his guitar. Sophia leaned against him, her head resting on his shoulder, a contented smile on her face. "Do you think we'll always find peace here?" she asked quietly. Ethan looked out at the lake, the water shimmering in the golden light of the setting sun. "I think," he said, pressing a kiss to her temple, "that as long as we're together, we'll always find peace, no matter where we are." And as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the water, they knew they had found something truly special, a love that had blossomed in the most unexpected of places, bringing them the serenity they had both been searching for all along.